Hey Leute und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge von Vampyr. Wir sind auf dem Weg zum Ascalon Club und haben auch den ersten Bewohner in Westend in der letzten Folge gerettet. Das war der junge Mann und wir haben herausgefunden, dass Elizabeth Ashbury, die rothaarige Dame, nicht rote, eine Tochter hat, wie das auch immer geht. Und wir wollen jetzt endlich zum Ascalon Club und ich möchte gerne ein bisschen Blut haben.
Steady, boys!
Ich muss endlich mein Blut und meine Stamina auch aufleveln. Deswegen wollte ich auch eigentlich zu unserem Unterschlupf, aber da bin ich jetzt zweimal gestorben und ich habe keine Lust mehr drauf. Also gehe ich woanders hin. Wir gucken gerade links rein. Das ist diese kleine Ecke hier. Schaue ich mich einfach nur mal kurz. Die kotzen hier überall rum, kann das sein? Machen wir erstmal nicht. Das war wieder das Tor, wo wir weiterlaufen können. Oder eine Abkürzung schaffen können, aber ja, ist egal.
It's locked, all right.
Was ist das? Okay. Ich schau ab. Eigentlich dürften uns ja die Vampire auch nicht angreifen. Wir sind ja jetzt vorgeladen zum Ascalon Club.
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
Guck mal, da ist die Tochter.
Good evening, miss.
Oh my God, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reid. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young econs. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
Einfach mal kurz. Oh Gott. Die hat da viele.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reid?
Aber sowas von.
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
Eine Sache haben wir herausgefunden. Ah, sie wurde adoptiert.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Econ, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
Okay.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reid. And please, don't tell my mother.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously. And the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reid? Or you?
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reid.
Und dann haben wir sie ja fast. Och du Scheiße. Gut, nächste Runde.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Your mother has refused to turn you into a vampire. Tell me more about it.
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy, rather than become melancholy and immortal. She claims you can't have one without the other. It's pure selfishness.
It's your mother's choice. As daughters and sons, we have to accept the decisions our parents make for us despite our own wishes.
I love my mother and have accepted everything from her. Even that she named me Charlotte when it was not my original name.
Does it bother you?
No. Whoever I was when I was born, I am now Charlotte Ashbury. It hurts as much as it makes me proud to know that's the name my mother will read on my tombstone.
Your mother has walked this earth for much longer than you or I. She is wise, and we should not ignore her advice when we disagree with it.
But why shouldn't I be allowed to forge my own experience? There can't be only one righteous way to deal with eternity.
Why do you still hope to become a vampire in spite of your mother's refusal?
It's the immortal aspect of vampires that interests me. The world won't improve unless women take charge. I'm convinced of that.
You're obviously a clever woman with a good education and a brilliant future. But have you thought about the price you'd have to pay? The loneliness, the necessary masquerade.
Is it not true of every high position? To change this world and make it a better place, one needs time on one's side.
Gut, dann haben wir ja, wir haben sie fast durch.
Tell me, Charlotte, how do you plan to achieve eternal life, since you've obviously given it a lot of thought?
I won't give up. You have no idea how determined I am, sir. I may contract a deadly disease. I may throw myself under a carriage, just to be saved by her sweet kiss.
That's a disturbing answer, young lady. And the worst part of it is, I know you speak the truth.
There are less dangerous ways, Doctor. Instead of throwing myself under a horse like Emily Davison, I could just throw myself into your arms.
Was antworte ich darauf? Niemals.
Never. That would be betraying your mother's trust. She would never forgive us.
For sure. But look on the bright side. We would have eternity to reconcile.
Or an eternity to run away from your mother's mighty wrath. Quite a terrifying idea, don't you think?
Yes. I think it's wiser to let go of that part of the plan.
Gut, wir haben das Töchterchen durch
Goodbye, Charlotte.
befragt.
Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Ja, das glaube ich auch. Hier sind so viele Menschen, aber ich möchte mit euch gerne in den Ascalon Club. Und ich glaube, das werden wir auch gleich machen. Fragen können wir sicher später. Ich hoffe, ich muss jetzt nicht kämpfen oder sowas. Deshalb, hopp, hopp. Rein da. Bin ich mal gespannt, was jetzt auf uns zukommt. Oder hätte ich die Leute vorher früher fragen müssen? Wir schauen einfach mal.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reid. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Was ist denn hier passiert? Gibt's hier was zu looten? Komm, ich befrag dich
Welcome
mal.
to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reid.
Die hatten
There
wir,
has
glaube
been
ich.
quite a battle here.
Ich hoffe, der guckt
I'm
nicht, dass
sure
wir
the
jetzt erstmal...
Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Was interessiert sich das? Hier kommen wir nicht hin. Ist aber ein großer Raum, Dude. So, wir schauen uns, wie gesagt, hier überall um. Vielleicht kann man das ein oder andere... Da kommen wir rein. Da ist eine offene Tür. Klavier können wir leider nicht spielen. Der ist hinüber. Ich hatte gerade, da steht jemand. Geh schnell überflogen.
It's locked.
Ach, verdammt. Gut, ich glaube, wir können hier nichts mehr entwenden. Ich hoffe, sie sind alle oben und nicht hier unten. Fuck. Sie sind doch da unten. Oder komme ich da jetzt raus? Könnte vielleicht möglich sein. Ja, ich bin draußen. Wie ich das auch immer hinbekommen habe. Hätte ich jetzt nicht gewusst. Also, da hätte man vielleicht Ausgang an die Tür schreiben sollten. Man, irgendwie war das wieder ein ganz komischer Satz. Hätte man schreiben sollen. So rum. So, links oder rechts? Ich bewege mich mal links lang. Guter Deutsch. Dann lass mal gucken. Okay. Blutaufnahme 10. Ja, naja.
It's locked, all right.
Oh, da kann man nicht durch. Ich dachte, da wäre Geld. Hier kommen wir auch nicht ran. Nein, ich will noch nicht.
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reid. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Here, here, here.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reid.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
Oh Gott, was antwortet man? Oh Gott, eins von den beiden würde ich machen. Ich nehme mal das mit der guten Freundin, die er hat. Er hat ja gefragt, ob er...
She's a close friend, and I'm honored that she feels the same about me.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Warum aber plötzlich so freundlich?
Why have you asked me here?
Because the crisis is escalating. Our enemies, the Garde Priwen, have even launched an open hunt. The only way to calm things down is to put an end to the epidemic.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End. Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reid, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
Ach du meine Güte, Sind wir ehrlich?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reid. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
Das ist sehr nett.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reid, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall. Speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation.
Ouch.
Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
WTF.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago. Well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Bearer.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
You were spying on me?
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod, all muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed, ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Okay.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Scals in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reid, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Scals.
I have met peaceful and wise Scals. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Scals are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reid. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Some horned vampire revealing himself and singing obscure songs around the city.
Es können neue Bürger getötet werden.
Skulls have been spotted everywhere in London. We are losing this fight.
Ja, was ist meine Aufgabe? Gut, wir müssen... Oh Gott sei Dank habe ich die Anwohner jetzt noch nicht durchgefragt. Bin erstmal hier reingegangen. Sonst hätten wir alle wieder neu... Erstmal beklauen, den Ascalon Club. Wo wir jetzt stolzes Mitglied da sind. Okay, das Bild sieht da oben komisch aus. Wie hängt sowas da oben hin eigentlich? Ich beklaue meinen Club. Schlüssel? Jungs, lasst euer Geld hier nicht liegen. Die Tür. Vielleicht die Tür? Nö. Nö. Hallo. Wo ist denn... die Kellertür? Hier, die hier, ne? Was gibt's denn hier? Auf jeden Fall kein Geld, aber ein Brief. Okay. Gut, ich kann hier, glaube ich, nichts weiter unten machen und es ist... Was war das? Ich dachte, ich komme jetzt hier nicht mehr raus. So, dann würde ich sagen, raus mit uns zu den Anwohnern.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reid.
Tschüss. Und schauen mal, was hier in Westend vor sich geht.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Hallo, junger Mann.
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
Bekommst du auf jeden Fall. Ich darf es nur nicht vergessen.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. the epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny, I didn't want to sound selfish.
What is this new battle?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
Du hast recht.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. And so many things have happened.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Can you help me?
Infection is everywhere these days. But if you ever go to the park near that swanky house belonging to the Mullaneys...
Yes? What about the Mullaneys? What about their house?
Not enough noise for a big family with children. Not enough movement. Closed doors. What is going on in there? I wonder.
Gut, ich glaube, wir haben ihn. Ja, soweit haben wir ihn. Dann
Do
bekommt
you
er...
need medical assistance, Clarence?
It's a little late for visiting hours, don't you think?
What can I say? I haven't lost my old habits.
I hope we're talking about the same habits, old friend.
Gut, er
You
ist
need some
geheilt
rest,
soweit.
Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Gut, das bedeutet, wir haben hier noch so einiges vor uns. Mit den Befragungen. Okay, wir haben 2 Aufgaben. Wer ist die Stütze? Das werden wir, glaube ich, noch herausfinden. Aber ich würde sagen, ihr Lieben, werde ich hier einen kleinen Cut machen. Ich bedanke mich fürs Zusehen und bis zur nächsten Folge. Ciao, ciao.